Right, so sorry for yesterday. I demonstrated one of the expansions upon the night pose, and I couldn't be heard. I realised that after a while, so I'll do it again this morning. Quite a useful adaptation. Again, one of Kit Laughlin's adaptations, and I find it very useful to get a sense of the quakes, the I call them the earthquake, waterquake, and firequake. So the lower ductless gland sort of regions, the chakras, which tend to tremor a little bit, or they can be the epicenter of the tremor, which is a tremor of use rather than one to be worried about. So it's not an anxiety tremor, or a fear tremor, or a cold tremor, or a fatigue tremor. It's a tremor of release, so letting go of some of the held tensions and restrictions and patterns around the areas that can sometimes store these things. Let's do it now. So just to elaborate on the night pose a little bit, to get a sense of that opening up from the Svadhisthana region up to Manipura. So these two lower chakras, these two lower sort of ductless gland regions. So this area especially, when this builds up with too much tension just here, we'll have felt it in the past. The celiac plexus, or colloquially known as the solar plexus, it tends to be an area that we defend from. Even if we don't know it, it slowly starts to tighten. If we enter an experience which is, worrisome, that we feel subconsciously that we need to guard against, then this is an area to be aware of, because the release patterns here entertain the release patterns of the rest of the body. Okay, let's do it now. Oh, I'm going to use a prop today. So the prop is to act as a possibility if you feel that your knee is getting sore, discomforted, a little bit, just not nice during the pose. Then you can use a prop such as a Pilates mat, a piece of foam. You can use a couple of mats or rolled up mats and pop it underneath your knee. It's mainly the kneecap that can get a little bit sore here. You can use a cushion, a pillow, or anything that's a little bit softening for your knee. So I'm using a Pilates mat in this case. Now remember that it's a mirror image, so when I say this is my right leg, it's really my right leg, but it's going to look like it's the left. Okay, so we're adopting that night pose again. So the night pose is where you take, in this case, the right leg back, left leg forward, and put our hands down on the floor inside that left leg. Like so. Now, the other day, so it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, I showed you an example where I'm using the same hand to hold on to the right foot, like so. Very useful way to open up that superficial strap muscle that runs down from the pelvis to the kneecap. This time I'm going to use my opposite hand, so I'm going to use my left hand in this case to hold on to the ankle or the dorsum of the foot, so the top of the foot, on the right side. So I would have done my warm up, or I would have at least done this stretch for a little while. Then I'll take my left hand behind and hold on to that right foot, like so. Maintaining a posture that feels symmetric, or symmetric as far as one leg being forward and one leg being back. Symmetric, so you're kind of getting a sense of which your left and which your right is, so which side your left and right is. After a period of time holding that position, so maybe about 20-30 seconds, I'm going to press the dorsum of my foot, so the top of my foot, against my left hand. So I'm pushing it in the opposite direction of my body. Just for around about 5 to 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. That was about 50% the max. Take a deep breath in. And on the out breath, you usually find that you can go up a little bit further. You might want to bring your left leg forward a little bit more. And just wiggle yourself into it. You can often feel a little bit of a deep tremor here. It's the deep tremor I'm feeling at the moment, which I usually feel more on my left leg, by the way. You feel that radiating up from the pelvis to the belly button and a little bit up towards the solar plexus. If I had someone else here who was into this sort of thing, they could help to raise my back leg. And this is one that in partner stretch therapy sessions, then yeah, you can start to get into positions that you wouldn't be able to get into without a partner, which can be very useful. You can go beyond your limits. And obviously, it needs to be a partner who is able to listen to your body, who's got some experience and listens to what you say as well.